and without perception, be released from all suffering and attain to perfect peace. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Friends, now we want to continue our Dhamma talk, and today's talk is on mind, what you call, factor of enlightenment, factor of equanimity. Equanimity. Equanimity is you can see if you have read the Path of Serenity and Insight. In that book we have mentioned 10 kind of equanimity. They are 6-factored equanimity, and equanimity as Brahma Vihara, and equanimity as enlightenment factor, an equanimity of energy, equanimity about formation, equanimity as feeling, equanimity about insight, equanimity as specific neutrality, and equanimity of jhana. They have Pali names. I try to avoid Pali names in order to save time to explain this. Equanimity of jhana we have mentioned many times. That is because especially in the third jhana there is equanimity, and the fourth jhanic equanimity is called equanimity of jhana, that is purified equanimity, and it is explained in terms of purified, bright, unblemished, and rid of imperfections, malleable, wieldy, steady, and imperturbable. These are the qualities of the fourth jhana, where equanimity is purified through the practice. Let me take some in turn and explain these factors of enlightenment, factor of equanimity in different forms, wherever it arises, in whatever form. The equanimity has very powerful mental state. There is a neutrality in feeling that is not actually real equanimity. Let me take the 6 kind of equanimity, 6-factored equanimity. first. Six-factor equanimity is when one sees objects with eyes. Now, there are pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, neutral feeling, and pleasant household feeling, unpleasant household feeling, and unpleasant and neutral unwholesome feeling. Now, at the same time, it is also called sort of equanimity. In Pali, gehasita equanimity. Gehasita equanimity. Gehasita means household or just equanimity with confusion. Then, when one sees, when I hears sound, pleasantness, if the sound is pleasant, pleasant feeling arises. When the sound is unpleasant, unpleasant feeling arises. When it is neither pleasant nor unpleasant, then equanimity arises. This can be household equanimity. Similarly, smell, taste, touch, and mind objects. At the also another time, with sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and mind object, pleasant, spiritual pleasant feeling arises, spiritual unpleasant feeling arises, spiritual neither pleasant nor unpleasant or equanimous feeling arises. That is their equanimity. So the mindful person, when a pleasant, unpleasant or neutral feeling arises through the eye, that person immediately gets rid of that feeling, just like one, if one does not want to see an object, that person very quickly closes his eyes and open. That quickly the person let go of that pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, neutral feeling, and maintain equanimity. Similarly, when one hears a sound, pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral, that person immediately let go of that sound, just like when somebody snaps his fingers, sound arises and immediately disappears. In such a high speed, the person let go of this pleasant, unpleasant, neutral feeling and returns to equanimity. And then smell. When the person smells pleasant, unpleasant, neutral smells, then immediately that person let go of it, just like when you put a drop of water onto a lotus leaf, it very quickly rolls back to the water. It doesn't stay on the lotus leaf. At the same speed, the person let go of pleasant, unpleasant, neutral feeling that arises through the nose, through smell, and then person immediately return to equanimity. Similarly, when a person tastes some taste through the tongue, it may be pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral, then person immediately let go of it, just as a person take a little bit of saliva to the tip of his or her tongue and spit it out very quickly. Similarly, with that speed, the person let go of this pleasant, unpleasant, neutral feeling and return to equanimity. When the person touch something with the body, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral feeling arises, then that person let go of it very quickly, just as quickly as somebody stretch his hand and flex it, bend it and stretch it very quickly. At the same speed, he let go of this pleasant, unpleasant, neutral feeling and goes to the equanimity. Also, when the person has a mind object, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling arises, then the person let go of it as quickly as you put a few drops of water into a frying pan which has been heated the whole day. When you drop few drops of water into it, it immediately evaporates, vaporizes and disappears. Similarly, when mind objects arises, the person let it go and return to equanimity. So now he has equanimous state of mind. He uses this equanimity to develop his mind still further. That is, whenever some sight appears in the mind through the eye, it can be repulsive, it is sort of unacceptable, and it would be unpleasant. So it'll be like somebody has unpleasant, disagreeable object arisen in his is put around his neck. He would immediately throw it away. Just as a man were to throw away such a feeling, pleasant, or repulsive, disagreeable feeling, he immediately repelled it and established equanimity. So, similarly, when a person develops this equanimity, it will be agreeable, the object that is agreeable, disagreeable, or both agreeable and disagreeable. Either agreeable or disagreeable, or both agreeable or disagreeable. Then, because of his equanimity that he has developed, with this equanimity state of mind, he think or he wish, may I abide perceiving the unrepulsive in the repulsive. And that time he would perceive unrepulsive. What he has, suppose he has repulsive, at that time he thinks, may I have unrepulsiveness in the repulsive. Or he may wish, if perceiving unrepulsive in the repulsive, he says, he wish, may I abide perceiving repulsive in the unrepulsive. When he has unrepulsive, he wish, may I perceive repulsive in unrepulsive. When he has repulsive, we can have, may I have unrepulsive and repulsive. When he has unrepulsive, he may wish, may I have repulsive feeling in the unrepulsive. Or in both, may repulsive and unrepulsive, he wish, may I perceive unrepulsiveness in both repulsive and unrepulsive. Or he may wish, may I perceive repulsiveness in both repulsiveness and unrepulsiveness. Then he wish, may I let go of both repulsiveness, unrepulsiveness, and establish equanimity. Equanimity. He began with equanimity, and since he has already experienced in life through eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body and mind, repulsive object, unrepulsive object, and both repulsive and unrepulsive, then in his training he let go of all this and establish equanimity. Now, I like to bring out a very popular mindfulness object, meditation object, to make it clear. This is very familiar mindfulness practice object. That is in Satipatthana mindfulness, establishment of mindfulness discourse, Satipatthana Sutta. There is a section in the body, mindfulness of the body. Mindfulness of the body is divided into 6 groups: mindfulness of breath, mindfulness of posture, mindfulness of clear comprehension, mindfulness of 32 parts of the body. Mindfulness of 32 parts of the body is very sensitive and tricky object of meditation. If we do not understand this correctly, we can fall into one extreme or the other. One extreme is arousing our lust, other extreme is developing hatred towards the body. Most of the time people say the body is repulsive, ugly, unpleasant, loathsome, filthy, and so on, they think. With this state of mind, if they use 32 parts of the body as an object of meditation, they certainly will develop loathsomeness and resentment and repulsive feeling towards the body, thinking that this body is ugly, dirty, filthy, and so on. In the time of the Buddha, Buddha has given instruction to many monks on the benefit of practicing mindfulness of 32 parts of the body. And after that he went to his own personal retreat for 2 weeks. During his absence, certain monks who have not attained enlightenment, they began to feel they very upset about their body. And one monk went to a very, novice who has not been very kind, but he was maybe greedy. This particular fully ordained monk went to him and said, because he felt he's disgusted with his body when he saw 32 parts of the body. You normally cannot see all these parts, but you can see only 5 parts: head, hair, body hair, nail, teeth, and skin. Seeing other parts, you imagine your intestine, urine, undigested food, blood, pus, and so on. And he became so disgusted, upset, and went to this novice and asked him to do him a favor. That is, he asked him to take his razor and cut his throat, because he did not want to live. This novice cut his throat, and then he took this monk's robes and alms bowl and so forth. Perhaps he wanted to make money out of that. And then he went from, he became so greedy, and he did not think of homicide, and he went to other monks who also expressed their disappointment with the body, disgust, and then he kept on cutting their heads, necks, and they killed many monks. Some others killed by each other, so they either committed suicide, committed homicide. And after a while, Buddha returned to the monastery and found many monks were missing. And Buddha asked Venerable Ananda the reason why these monks are missing. He told the Buddha what happened. Now in this story, these stories we find in Vinaya Pitaka, Mahavagga, as well as Samyutta Nikaya. The stories are a little different from each other, but the essence is the same. They kill each other. Another story of increase in lust was Venerable Sariputta had a student who was full of lust, and he gave him this subject of meditation to practice on 32 parts of the body, meditation. But he could not do it properly. His lust increased. He returned to Sariputta, and Sariputta said, no, this is a good subject, go back and do the same practice. He sent him, returned to Sariputta 3 times. Each time he sent it back to the forest to do the same meditation. But finally, Venerable Sariputta took him to the Buddha. And Buddha gave him a different subject, like lotus flower, asking him to focus his mind on it. And then he asked him to stick the lotus flower near a pond in the ground. He stuck it, and focusing on the lotus flower, he meditated, and he saw lotus flower was fading, withering, flowers, petals, leaves, stalk, all withered and fell on the ground. Then he saw impermanence, and that became his subject of meditation. So, when we don't have a proper understanding of 32 parts of the body, this is what can happen. So when we develop equanimity in the way that I mentioned earlier, when you have repulsiveness, you wish, may I perceive unrepulsiveness in repulsiveness. When you perceive unrepulsiveness, you wish, may I perceive repulsiveness in unrepulsiveness. When you have equanimity, you wish, may I perceive both repulsiveness and unrepulsiveness as repulsiveness. Or may I perceive both as unrepulsiveness. And finally, you give up both repulsiveness, unrepulsiveness, and develop equanimity. And with this equanimity, you practice 32 parts of the body. And then you will see the body is neither beautiful nor ugly, repulsive or unrepulsive, but you see impermanence of every part of the body. Every part of the body, you see impermanence. Now, your mental state here should be equanimity. And this equanimity you develop from the very beginning. With that state of mind, you start the practice. And that is called equanimity based on diversity. Equanimity based on diversity. And I will continue this talk again on equanimity based on unity. But this is equanimity based on diversity. This is called 6 factors equanimity. Diversity here means equanimity arising through the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body and mind. From all these, equanimity can arise. And that equanimity is called equanimity based on diversity. That is, the eyes, ears and are 6. It doesn't arise only from one object. With this object, when you visualize the body, with this equanimity, visualize the body, you will see the body exactly as it is. Buddha wanted us to see everything exactly as they are. Everything exactly as they are. So there is no difference between the body and external things. This body is made up of 4 elements. External things also are made up of 4 elements. External things are not ugly or beautiful. Internal things are not ugly or beautiful. That is the way we perceive. We have conditioned our mind. And therefore, this is called mind conditioner, perceptions and feelings. We perceive in certain way and condition the mind that way. We feel certain things in certain way and we condition the feeling that way. And in between this conditioning, we have to maintain our equanimity, upekha. Upekha literally means seeing impartially. Upa-ikha, seeing impartially. You can see impartially with mindfulness and equanimity. That is what you find purified in the 4th jhana. Purified upekha sati parisuddhi. It's called upekha sati parisuddhi, means purification. Both equanimity and mindfulness are pure in the 4th jhana. And therefore, this is not something, some kind of indifference or some kind of negative things. This is the highest state of emotion. Highest. We will discuss this later on further in next week, next Saturday, and tomorrow you can ask me questions on this. And now let me end the session with my regular metta wish. May all those who are suffering in hospitals from various diseases, may they recover very quickly and return to normal life and continue their Dhamma practice and attain liberation from samsaric suffering through understanding the Dhamma. May all those doctors, nurses, hospital staffs who are taking care of these patients out of compassion and love, metta, risking their life, sacrificing their comfort, may they continue their service and attain themselves liberation from samsaric suffering. And all those who have lost their loved ones and have been grieving, may they recover from their grief and practice Dhamma and attain liberation from samsaric suffering. And may all others who are in various troubled spots, wars, political discriminations, poverty, all kind of diseases and sicknesses and suffering that they go through, may they all be well, happy and peaceful, continue their Dhamma practice and attain liberation from samsaric suffering. May everybody all over the world be well, happy and peaceful and finally attain Nibbana. Okay?
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante. Teruvan Saranai. Teruvan Saranai, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Sarva Sarana, everybody.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bhante.